So I'm about to install my exhaust fan for the bathroom. This is how to install an exhaust fan for bathroom. We in the business call them fart fans. No. But anyway, this one's 70 CFM. I've installed like 50 CFM. I've installed like 90 CFM ones. 70 is about good. And I'm not too concerned about the decibel level of how much noise it makes, because you kind of want that noise to drown out bathroom sounds. Especially this bathroom's gonna be right off from a living room, so I'm gonna wire this to turn on when the light turns on. Second you want to get is the wall venting kit, wall ducking kit. You can also get the roof ducking kit if you're vented out a roof, but I'm near a sidewall, so it's not gonna be terribly hard. And it just has the hose, this, and the little pipe that goes around there, some zip ties and some screws. It's fairly easy. Here it is right here. Yep. It just kind of flaps over when the wind starts coming out. When the fan starts working, it flaps home, and it seals itself shut kind of when you're not running it. That way to keep bugs out. It has a little gasket. But anyway, what I've done first is that hole right there marks where it's coming out the wall. And so I went ahead and traced my this thing right here, which is the pipe that connects to there. I've traced it on the outside. Now I'm gonna go take my jigsaw right here, Skill. You can get jigsaws for like 15 bucks a yard sales. And I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna cut it out. About 14 feet up in the air. I have my jigsaw. I'm gonna use that hole I did as a pilot hole. You wanna go generously around here. You don't wanna go too tight. And yeah, so come out about 1/8 of an inch all the way around my markings. The hole is finished. Now let's go get the vent and put it in place and level it before we screw it in. Alright, the outside portion is installed. Easy peasy. Leveled it. Made sure it was good. Fit perfectly. Went around it with a little bit of duct tape just to make sure it's a good seal. So using the zip tie they give you, I've connected the duct. It's a 4-inch duct line, and my fan's gonna be right about here, my exhaust fan. And you gotta think about placement. You can't put it directly above a shower. You don't really want to do that. It's too much moisture. So the shower's right here, it's over here, the toilet's right here, so it's about 2 feet from the toilet, it's about 2 feet from the shower. And so that gives it a good clearance, I think. Here's your fart fan and our exhaust fan. And basically what you do is you pull this piece of metal away and release that tab and carefully finagle it. There we go. Now we can just install this box and see where the fan itself plugs in. It's like a house plug, it actually is. There's wires in there. We're going to snake those out, and this is where you make your important wire connection. Right here. These are little, what we use in circuit panels to run wires through. So you're just going to take this is going to pop in there, and then that way you can have something that the wire can't cut itself on. Now, as you can see, this is actually an edge that's been folded in, so it's really not that dangerous, but I'm still going to pop one of these in there. Alright, so our little plastic housing's in, that little fitting right there, and you have to buy those separately, and that's just to give it a wire connection where the wire can't be pulled out. This little section pops out. It fits right in there, and you can see each side has a clip. Pops out with a screwdriver really easy. So now we're going to go measure exactly where we want this fan. I want it in the center. It's a 60-inch bathroom, and so I need to measure the box, split the difference, split the box up into each side, and then decide exactly where I want it and make sure there's enough bracing. As you can see, you got 2 nail tabs on one side, so ideally put it like that. But we'll see once we get in there. I might want to add some more bracing nearby just in case. So your fan output on most fans is 3 inches, and the ductwork kit is 4 inches, but they come with an adapter. It's just a piece of foam with tape on it, and you're going to put it and wrap it all the way around, and then that way when the pipe goes over it, it's a good connection. There we go. It is a put on, and so for hanging it, I went ahead and made my marks and put screws in, and it just kind of sits in here. And then there's another screw hole back here. I'm going to go ahead and put a drywall screw in there. And it looks like it's sturdy enough. It's not going to worry too much about the weight. Now, these are very forgiving fans. for if you don't want to do it flush mount with the drywall, the actual cover for it can go up and down a lot. And so you can do it flush with the studs or have it drop down about a 1/2 inch. I've chosen to have it drop down about a 1/2 inch so that the drywall butts right up to the edge of it. And that's the way I do it, but you can do it many different ways. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Alright, I've made my wire connection. As you can see, I did wrap the wire nuts with electrical tape. Not the ground though, but the black wire and white wire. And the reason why is there's going to be a lot of moisture being pulled out of this, from this box to the outer wall. More moist air, and I don't want anything to, I don't know, rust up or anything. And also, there's going to be a lot of vibration too. And these little wire nuts, I've heard it before. That sound? If you're ever in a bathroom, you'll hear that sometimes. And that's just the vibration of the fan's off balance, got too much dust on one side, whatever. You also need to dust them every once in a while. And so it'll shake things and you'll hear a little tapping noise like that. So if you wrap them in electrical tape, it kind of dampens those. Alright, the ductwork is installed, zip tied. Now the manufacturer recommends you only use zip ties in the instructions they included in the box. But I'm going to go around it with tape just to be sure, especially on that connection up there. Now down here it's real tight because it's a sponge type connection, and when you pull that tight, it kind of squeezes that piece of foam rubber you put around it for the 4-inch connector. And so that one's real tight, and there's not really much you can tape to. That's basically how it's going to look installed. This little cover, it's kind of a pinch connection up here. You pinch these two things together and you get it to come down like that. Pinch. There we go. And so it's fully adjustable to whatever height of drywall you have. But I've also dropped it down about a 1/2 inch because I'm going to use 1/2 inch drywall. And so plug it in. You can actually replace the guts of this for about $15. So let's say the fan blades gets chipped or something. You already have the box and all the wiring. You just unplug it here. You go get another inside piece. I believe Home Depot sells it. Slide it in. You're good to go. So yeah.